Power Hour with John Lee.
The scene is Mr. Martin Scorsese. We like Martin. We've got to like Martin. He's definitely one of the best directors, as all these guys are, actually. And so the three that I've chosen basically for Martin are Raging Bull, Wolf of Wall Street, and Goodfellas. What do those three films have in common? Well, they're all based on true stories. Raging Bull, of course, Jake LaMotta, the boxer. The rise and fall, and this is key to all of it, the rise and fall of Jake LaMotta. And then you've got the Wolf of Wall Street, true story, the rise and fall of what's called Jordan Belfort. And then you've got Goodfellas, which is the rise and fall of Henry Hill. And they're all based on true stories. What you'll notice about Martin Scorsese as a person, and a director, I suppose, is his love of Robert De Niro. I actually don't like Robert De Niro. I think he's a good actor. I do. He's a bit samey for me. But he does what he does well. And Martin Scorsese always and obviously appreciates that because he uses him in a lot of his films. And so what is this style of Martin Scorsese, and how can we see that in Goodfellas? Not easy to really explain, but narration is a big thing. He uses narration far more than most Hollywood directors. So in the case of Goodfellas, it's Henry Hill kind of telling his story all the way through. And we see the same thing in Wolf of Wall Street, of what happened, of his own life, actually. And it's a useful tool to give the film, to get the film across to people, because you're not having to make all these scenes. He's describing what happened, over kind of generic images very often of parties and driving down the road and kind of, scenery type stuff. He's narrating the story of what actually happened. And I mean, that's a lot easier than having to film it and show it actually in scenes. So there's a nice little trick there that he uses a lot. And as I say, for Wolf of Wall Street, he does the same thing. And what else does he do? He does these long pan shots where you'll just go down a long table, for example, and you'll see everybody in the middle of a conversation, and that gives atmosphere and flavour, and it feels like you're being introduced to all these people really quickly. That's clever. He does these kind of walk-through shots. There's a more technical name for it than that, but you'll go through like restaurants and kitchens and even offices, as we see in Wolf of Wall Street. And while he's doing it, he's so busy what he's doing, where he's using what we call handoffs. So I'm walking down with this, and I put that on a table, and I turn around, and I nearly bump into a guy, and then the camera starts following that guy, and then he puts his papers down on a desk, and the phone rings, and then someone walks past him, and the image is thrown onto this guy, and they're kind of using it like a baton, where they pass a baton round, and they use that technique to walk you round the area that you're in, whether it's a restaurant or it's a bar or it's an office. It doesn't really matter. And that's a clever way of building atmosphere, and you get this frenetic bang, bang, bang in the way that he shoots everything. And even the narration is fast. A couple of things that they have in common as well. Many years tend to pass. So in the case of Raging Bull, you're talking about 30 years go by during the film. Maybe 20 years in the case of Wolf of Wall Street. Same again, 25 years. Nah, more, probably 30 years in the case of Goodfellas. And we get these pyramid arcs. I mean, I call them pyramid arcs. Normally you're going to get an arc of a person like that, a story like that. But Scorsese likes to build his characters up, his main characters up, so they become world champion, or they become super rich, or they become top gangster, and then they come down. And there's a kind of, you're watching them spiral out of control until they crash at the end. And he likes to show us these heroes crash, as we've seen in all of these, Raging Bull, Wolf of Wall Street, and Goodfellas. It goes tits up for them guys, big time. Now, what's the point? Well, if in terms of the style of Martin Scorsese and why he does it like that, well, you'll see it in his piece to camera. It's not piece de camera. When you hear people say that, they're just idiots. It's piece to camera. So it's where you're talking to the camera like I am now. And so what that does is, in the case of a film where you see it in Goodfellas, it's done by Ray Liotta as Henry Hill. It's done by Leonardo DiCaprio in The Wolf of Wall Street, and they talk to the camera. So it's got the same effect as the narration in terms of what it does for you. It means you don't have to shoot all these scenes because you can just have him, oh yeah, then we did this and then we did that and then we did the other. You don't need to see it because I'm telling you what happened. So as a storyteller, it's much easier if you do it that way. But it also incorporates the viewer. It's like saying, yeah, all right, I'll just put all this on hold, all these people that you can see behind me, and I'm going to talk to you because it's me and you really, you know. I'm here with you as the viewer and you're here with me, and everyone else is kind of supplemental to that. I just hit the microphone. So what's the winner? Give us a winner, Big John. What is it? Goodfellas. I've just been talking about it. Didn't do it like that for any particular reason. I thought about it and I thought Goodfellas. Why? Because I think it just achieves what it sets out to achieve.
Look at me. Look at my fucking eyes.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
Why don't you go inside and get yourself together and clean up?
Go, you want some? Huh?
Oh, hey! What are you doing? I swear my fucking mother, if you touch her again, you're dead!
Huh? You gonna pay?
Just give us the fucking money!
Huh? I can't. I can't, I swear. Let's go.
Fucking lions! I ain't going near any lions, Jimmy!
Just throw them over the moat.
Right.
No!
Right.
I'm getting money!
Look at the fuck!
They must really feed each other to the lions down there because the guy gave the money right up.
I swear to Christ, I'll get the money!
And we got
Better than anything else, and he really does get the camera in there and bring the viewer into it. You kind of feel almost immediately that you know Henry Hill and you know, Tommy DeSimone and Jimmy Burke and these characters. You know, you kind of feel a connection to them, and you feel like you're in their world and you're part of it almost. And then when the film ends, it's like getting out of a cold bath. You've been submerged in it for 2 hours, and I really think that Martin Scorsese is possibly the best at that, just at maintaining your enthusiastic attention for a long period of time. So